Your access has been granted by the A.F.E Rio Sirah, here to show you who you are. You know what it is, for sure. To those out there who want to do as I do, be fearless. What inspired me to be an artist was, and my mother tells this story better than I do because I don't remember it. She says, my father left a painting sitting on the wall. And she said that I saw the painting, and she said I used to cry because I could not paint like that. And that began the impulse of being an artist, because my mother, from that point on, just gave me like little trace. I remember my first little tracing book. It was like Bambi coloring book with the tracing paper over it. So you trace paper, you trace Bambi, and then you turn it over and you color it. That was my first introduction I can remember into art. And Bob Ross, she would have me watching PBS, and she'd have me watching Bob Ross do the whole painting thing. And she would sit there with me and instruct certain things, you know, and say like, look, you see how he's holding the brush, and you see how it's like the different colors, and that would hold my attention for about 30 minutes while she, you know, went and washed clothes and did everything else that needed to be done. So I would say that that's what started me into being an artist. The impulse I felt from seeing my father's painting. Man, the one thing I wish I knew before I started my career was, one, there's a few things, but the top thing is, nobody does it for you, man. You have to you have to get out of your head that one day somebody gonna see your artwork and be like, oh, you're so dope, and pull you up from where you are to where they are. You gotta get that fantasy out of your head, because I've done a lot of that. And I mean, not to say that it was wrong for like going out to events and showing my art to different places, but had I gotten out of the fantasy of my head that I'm painting this art piece, and you know, Big Boy from Outkast gonna see it and be like, yo, you dope, and yo, I want you to do all the album covers, like all this in your head while you're doing that. So then you go and you present the painting, and people be like, thank you, and going about their business, and you're like, but I'm trying. So that's one thing I wish I had known before, is that don't spend so much time like celebrity chasing. Don't spend so much time doing that. You are the celebrity. Build yourself as the celebrity. Continue to put your art out and talk about yourself as if you're the next big thing coming around the corner. So that's the top thing that I would say. Advice I would give to those out there who want to do as I do, be fearless. And what I mean by that is, I'm gonna be very specific. If you're scared to do it, you probably should be doing it. You scared to talk to these group of people because you feel they're in a class or status higher than yours, and you're gonna look stupid in front of them talking about your art, and do it. You see an event that looks like it would be good for boosting up your art and boosting up your career, but you ain't got the money to pay for the ticket, and you're scared that if you just show up, you're gonna get turned around, they're gonna say, hey, you can't come in. Do it. All the things you're scared of doing as a creator, as an artist, you should go and do those things, because that, honestly, to tell you the truth, that is what pushes you over the wall of being just, I'm a regular artist doing this as a hobby, and someone who is like supreme with their style and deserves to be notified. I mean, recognized. You know what I'm saying, for the artwork you're doing, and then time and chance and substance is going to put itself together as you continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? You never know who you're going to meet if you don't show up. Real quick story, real fast story. I showed up at an event for So Def 25th anniversary. I was not invited. I didn't have a ticket. Nobody knew I was coming. Okay? And so this was when I was living in Atlanta. I called a model of mine. I told her, I said, hey, we're finna go down and do the So Def 25th anniversary. And she was like, okay, you got tickets? And I said, yeah, of course I do. And I didn't. And so we walked down. I walked down there. I painted her at a said location that we, you know, could do all of this without being bothered. And then I walked up to the front door while the bouncer was there, and he was just like, oh, wait a minute, what y'all doing? And immediately, I don't tell people this, but I always got Bugs Bunny and Eddie Murphy in my head whenever I'm like getting ready to do something Like I use those images in my head, those people or those subjects in my head in order to like step over the threshold, do something that I'm scared to do. So Eddie Murphy would always like talk real quick and do like this Jedi mind trick type of thing. When he was like, look, let me tell you something. If you don't let us in here real quick, you're gonna get in trouble. Look, let me tell you, do you think that so-and-so came out here was to paint this model right now? Somebody spent a lot of money. And I'll tell you, if we're not in there real quick, and y'all saw you find out we in here instead of in there, somebody's gonna lose their job. I don't know who it's gonna be, but you know what? And so after saying all that, the bouncer was like, alright, y'all can get in. And that night, I left out a part, which was that night before all that happened. I had one night left in a hotel. I was sleeping in the street, and I had one more night left in that hotel. I met somebody at that event who gave me another event they were doing for the following day. They paid me advance. That night, we got in the VIP, and Ludacris, Usher, and Jay-Z were all there in there, and Jay-Z gave us a bottle of his liquor. All that happened in that night, just based on moving with no fear and faith and just knowing that you can do it. So, fearless, y'all. Be fearless. Man, even when you said this, I was like, this is gonna be hard. I listen, okay, top 5 living artists. Man, because I listen to a lot of music, man. Living. Alright, this is not in any particular order. I just have to name 5. Crap. Andre 3000. Doggone it. George Clinton. Kanye West, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar. That's how I would have to say that one. Yeah. Oh, definitely. The biggest project at this moment is the Metaculture NFT project. It is a team of other creators other than myself. We're talking dancers, we're talking entertainers, we're talking dancers. We already said dancers. Dancers, entertainers, artists, musicians, hairstylists. All of them are a part of the project, and the project started with Black Future Month, which is for February, and I'm pushing it forward to be February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and back to February again, because Black, it should not, look, American history, we had to study that all the time in school. You understand what I'm saying? So Black Future Month is American history, because how can you talk about American history without talking about us when we built the country? Come on. So anyway, that project kicked off the Metaculture project, which will be extending into also fashion NFTs, music, cosmic music notes that I created, NFTs, comic book NFTs, body paint and body art performance shows NFTs, all wrapped in that series. So Metaculture, culture spelled with a K, not a C. Metaculture.com, Metaculture.io, Metaculture NFT project, Metaculture project on Instagram and Twitter. So yeah, look out for that. I'm crazy. I'm just playing. No, the one thing that people should know about me is that every single solitary thing I'm doing with my art is to magnify the Messiah, Yahushua the Mashiach, and everything I'm doing is out of spirit of love. I'm a messenger. That's all I'm here for. That's all I'm on earth for is a message. And the only reason I'm a great artist is because the message I have to say, people wouldn't even listen to if I wasn't a painter. It's the only reason that I'm remarkably good, and he needs me to be remarkably good so that people will listen. Other than that, yeah, I always come in the spirit of love. Every single solitary thing that I'm doing is to either educate, entertain, or unify. So I call the business of what I do edutainment. I want you to be entertained, but I also want you to be educated. And that's what Rio Sirah is here for. listeners can find me online, Instagram. That's Rio Rio dot Sirah, SIRAH, Rio Sirah. As far as other aspects of me, you can find me on YouTube under that same name, Rio Sirah. You can find me on Twitter under that same name, Rio Sirah Artist. Artist spelled with a capital RTIST. And then through those channels, you can follow what we're doing with this Metaculture NFT project. And through that, you can follow the Discord page as well. So, boom. It's good to be talking to everybody in the universe right now. Hope you all are feeling power and peace, love and inspiration, and no hating. Let's keep on growing. Levitation. Your access has been granted by the Yasta Rio Sirah, here to show you who you are. You know what it is. For sure.